Hi guys, welcome to my channel Golden Touch, and the topic which we are going to talk about here is computational thinking. Now just to remind you, this computational thinking chapter I am teaching for IIT-BS data science students and to clear their qualifier exam. And the best part of this is, since this computational thinking concept is a very basic and generic concept, the same videos will also be used, or rather can also be used by all my students who are aspiring to get into an IT career. So once again I welcome you to this initiative called Anaivarukkum IIT, Anaivarukkum MNC, IIT for all, MNC for all. The initiative of Golden Touch is to help everyone who wants to get a degree from IIT and who also wants to join an MNC, so their dream may come true. So first and foremost, let me give you the details of the people who are going to get benefited out of this computational thinking chapter. Now first one is the students who are aspiring to clear their IIT-BS qualifier exam. For them, computational thinking is one subject which they have to clear. Totally 4 chapters are there in that which they have to study. Believe me, have faith, have trust, it's easy and definitely you can pass. It's not for only the brightest students. I'm talking about even an average student with 50% marks. If he or she put his efforts, I can assure you, you can definitely pass. I will make it as simple as possible to you. And number 2, NPTEL students. NPTEL students are students who wants to get NPTEL certificate, the SWAYAM certificates. So that's also run by IIT. So anybody who is aspiring to get any programming related or IT related certificate should also know the fundamentals, right? So for them, even before they learn Java, C, C++, Python or whatever it is, I recommend them to kindly go through these videos and get a complete understanding on the fundamentals. And also for all the engineering students and arts graduates who are doing their BTech or BSc Computer Science or MCA, I strongly recommend them to go through these computational thinking videos and ensure that they also learn the fundamentals of this. And I also recommend to any IT aspiring student, irrespective, to go through these videos. Am I clear? Okay. Not only that, we have adopted this curriculum in our next gen program, where we have started teaching computers from 6th standard in schools. So our next gen curriculum also has this computational thinking. So students who are in 6th standard and following the next gen curriculum, if your school has got it, you can also watch these computational thinking videos and get hands-on on the topics which we have covered in next gen. So it's going to cover your chapters also. So I'm making these videos in such a way that even a 6th standard student can understand. At the same time, a PhD can also appreciate. So please remember, this is your video, your subject, and it's your fine call to study. So make the best use of this and ensure that you clear your all the exams, whatever which comes under the purview of computational thinking. Okay. As far as my Golden Touch program is concerned, this I'll be telling you in every video. So we have 4 schemes. One is free, bronze, silver and gold. Free scheme every video is available free of cost through the YouTube. So we don't charge a single penny for any student. You don't need to register with us also. Just go, subscribe our channel to get the latest videos. That's it. You get every video, and my channel is not a tidbit channel. I have a complete set of videos I'm going to have, like a tuition center or a coaching center, where you can really depend on. All the teachers, all the faculties who are going to take classes are going to be very experienced, so you can expect the best. Apart from this, we also have bronze, silver and gold scheme. In bronze scheme, you can watch the same videos through our LMS software, where you can buy our LMS software for a minimal price, and that will contain videos without advertisements. YouTube has advertisements, right? So that will not be there, and moreover, that is going to have all the videos in one place. Plus study materials also you can view the soft copies. So that is one advantage you got in bronze, which is very cheap rate. You just need to pay the platform charges where we are hosting. So per year we are going to charge a little amount. And silver scheme where the teachers will be available for doubt clearance live online. So weekly 3 hours you can spend with us and clear your doubts. Evening 7 to 9 I'll be available online, where you can connect and clear your doubts. That is going to be like common for all. So anybody who joins my silver scheme will have access to me and other teachers to clear their doubts. Gold scheme mein I am going to have my classes on Sundays. So we will have different timings and different topics where the topics will be announced earlier, and you can attend and you can learn directly from us. So each one has its own cost, but as such free channel is available to all, and anybody who wants to learn can learn. I mean, believe me, even with just free also you can get, or rather you can learn and clear your all the exams which I mentioned above. So what else guys, what for you're waiting? So let's start off with our understanding on what we are going to learn here. First thing, let's understand the chapters we are going to cover. So it's going to be set of videos, not just one video. Several videos are going to be there covering these 4 chapters. This is official curriculum of IIT-BS Data Science course qualifier program. So chapter 1 I am going to cover the data, variables, how to initialize the data, find how do you process the data to some extent. So little bit basics of it. In the chapter 2 we are going to look at how we can write pseudocode, how we can write some operations, processing logic on the data. In chapter 3 we are going to use operators, and we are going to use multiple iterations, nested, non-nested iterations. So some types of procedures, parametric procedures, return procedures, those things we are going to look at. Chapter 4 we are going to go further into nested iterations, and we are going to also learn something called as binning and birthday paradox. Now please understand, this is the official curriculum of IIT-BS. Now this is not very elaborate. You need to understand that also. They have given, and of course IIT-BS professors are good enough to support you with so many materials along with that, along with their videos. And I have no claim on those videos. They are the best. Believe me, they are the best. They have everything. So you can definitely rely on those videos, and you can learn, and you can really clear all the qualifier exam. I am just trying to help further to make sure everybody understands it in a different way. That's it, nothing more than that. I am not trying to be an alternate. I am just trying to do a complementary stuff where you can also learn from me, because I also have an experience of 25 years in IT. So I will also teach you the same subject in my own way. So when you have different views, the same topics taught to you in different ways and different views, your understanding level will be better. So we are not trying to compete, or we are trying to say that I am good, or the other one is bad, or he is good. I am nothing of that sort. So we are just trying to say, wherever knowledge is there, grab it. And here also we are going to give you as much knowledge as possible through the experience which I have. That's the reason, if you look at every chapter, I will make my own detailed curriculum. So that curriculum may be out of the box, where my intention will be to make you understand, make you learn, not just passing the qualifying exam. So the very first thing, if you look at the chapter 1, look at the topics I am going to cover. I am going to start with intelligence. So I am going to talk about intelligence and wiseness. That is the first thing I am going to talk about. And second thing I am going to talk about is the concept of logical thinking and the concept of computational thinking. Sir, you may ask me, sir, that is nowhere mentioned in chapter 1 details. See, no need to mention. Every teacher will have his own style, will have his own knowledge to share with. And I know for the past 25 years, what and all I have learned in order to make me understand. Now that definitely I will also teach you, so that you can also understand. Believe me, a book is always worth 100 years. A teacher is worth 100 books. So naturally I would have read so many books to learn these topics, and naturally I will club all those things so that your understanding is easier. So apart from computational thinking, I am going to talk about algorithm also, and then I am going to talk about data science as a subject, because we are learning data science in this. So I will be teaching you data science also, a bit introduction of this, and after that I am going to talk about flowchart. So this is what the exact curriculum I am going to talk with respect to chapter 1. Now where and all whichever matches, like variables, if you look at, I match there in data science. Initialization, I match them in data science, and iteration, filtering, flowcharts, I am going to match that in 7th chapter. So sanity of data, I am going to talk about that in the entire chapter. So overall I am covering these chapter 1 topics in my own way. So let me assure you, definitely you will not be left astray. You will get as much information as possible. And at the end of this particular video of this chapter, whatever I'm covering, the second, third and fourth chapter, it's going to be very practical. I'm going to discuss all the problem statements of data science with respect to programming. So we are going to take the previous question papers, we are going to see the assignments, we are going to discuss, we are going to find out the solutions for that. I'm going to help you as much as possible so that you, when you go and write your exam or appear for assignment or appear for Viva, you should do it with confidence. Not just today in exams, tomorrow even in real life, when you go and speak to your customer, speak to your competitors, your boss, your seniors, you should speak with confidence. So you should get the subject in entirety, not just passing is our objective, guys. When I saw a lot of people doing, writing exam by just going through the previous question sets, I was very, I was feeling very bad, because they may cheat, somebody, but at the end of the day, when they are in real life, they may not be able to successful, because they cannot do cheating in real life. So truly, right, by going through the previous question papers and just like that, writing an exam is not about gaining knowledge. So the real objective of studying in IIT is you should be an IITian and you should live up to the mark of an IITian. And somebody says that you are from IIT means you should live that size, king size. And you should ensure that you are the best. Now for that you need to study, you need to read. And I'm going to make that easier for you. I'm going to make it so easy that even in the deepest sleep of yours, if somebody wakes you up and asks any question on the subject which I am teaching you, you should be in a position to answer. So believe me, possible, you only have to now follow the videos and make that a reality. Okay, the very first topic which I am going to talk about is about an intelligent person and a wise person. So what do you mean by this, sir? What is intelligent person and wise person? So you could see in the picture itself, I have shown you, one is a smart boy, one more is a aged person. Now intelligent person means primarily one who is witty, one who is who is a strong thinker and who is a logically sound person. A wise person is somebody who is matured, who has learned from his experience or somebody's experience. He has learned, whereas the intelligent person need not have learned also, but still he might be sharp. But what is the exact difference, sir? If you look at, an intelligent person will use his intelligence and he will do things in the right way. That is what precisely we call as intelligent person. A person who does things rightly. A person who does not do things rightly is definitely not a strong logical thinker. Why? Because one who does things in the right way has to use his logical thinking. And what is logical thinking? I will come to the next slide. Let us come to this wise person. A wise person is one who will always do right things. That is the different case. Please understand this, because you are going to be an IT professional in future. And IT professionals have to be wise, not just intelligent. And even if you are not an intelligent person, still you can become a wise person. Believe me, you can still become a wise person. I'll show you how to achieve that. So it's very important that either you should be intelligent or wise, and better I would prefer you be wise rather than just being intelligent. So I would say promotion from intelligent person is to a wise person. It's a promotion, I would say. Say intelligent person may do anything rightly. For example, if he has to tease somebody also, he will properly do it. But a wise person will never do the job of teasing somebody, because he knows that's wrong. That's the reason a wise person, whatever he does will be always right. He will not do wrong things. And when he does right things, he will do it in the right way, because he would have learned it already through somebody's experience or through books or through some teachers. He is a wise man because he has learned. Intelligent person uses his skills effectively and do the job. So this is precisely the difference between intelligent and a wise person. So as a software professional, as an IITian, believe me, you should not just be an intelligent person. Even if you are not an intelligent person also, okay, but you cannot be fine saying that I am not wise. You should be a wise person. Either you have the intelligence of your own, or you learn it from find somebody who is intelligent. But you have to be a wise person minimum, because only a wise person can be a strong computational thinker, and only a person with strong computational thinking can be a good IT professional. So let's now talk about the concept of logical thinking. So this is just a small picture of a brain where you have left brain function, right brain functions we have defined there. You could see there the left brain function is a science graduate, right? Right brain function is an arts graduate, one who believes in art, music, creativity, thoughts, intuition, holistic, these things. And left brain function believes in analytics, logic, science, maths, language. So a person who is sharp have to use his left brain very promptly. He uses all the techniques, all the facilities, all the features of left brain, and then does the job. So primarily the most important aspect for a logical thinker is using the left brain. And number two, the very important thing in the left brain is reasoning. He has to reason out, because anybody who is intelligent will always try to reason out. He will try to find out what, when, why, where, how. He will ask questions. He will try to reason out, find why I have to do this, what will happen if I don't do this. So like that he will ask question. There should be some reason. Without a reason, without a aim, like we say, failing to plan is planning to fail. So similar to that, if I don't have a reason, I will not do anything. I will not open my mouth unless until I feel there is a necessity. So see, fools what they will do, they will keep on blabbering something, they will keep on talking something, they will keep on doing something. An intelligent person will not do. He will find out a reason for doing something. He will use the ability to analyze a situation. So we are basically going to think and analyze a situation before we respond, and we will identify the relationships between different elements. So it's very important that I understand, fine, what will happen, what not will happen. If I touch this, fine, what consequences I will get. Now I need to understand the relationship. See, when I go, when I travel, so let's say I crash in another vehicle. I am driving a vehicle, I crash on one vehicle. The first thing I will do is I will see who is that other person is. If he is stronger than me, obviously I will not fight with him. I will try to have peace with him. If he is weaker than me, and then I will start asking questions. That's how we humans are, right? We are logically sound. We think, we analyze, then we find out the relationship. Based on that only we do the conclusion and we do the reaction, and we will have a systematic approach in everything. So what we need to learn from a logical thinker is, logical thinker will not do anything without a reason. Number two, logical thinker will analyze before he reacts. See, a dog is not going to use his logical thinking. Even if a king throws a stone or a servant throws a stone, it will come and bite. Whereas we don't do like that, right? We will see if it is a king, then we will have a different reaction. If it is a servant, we will have a different reaction. So we need to be good thinkers, and we need to react calmly. We cannot be immediately go and give some reaction. So remember this. If you want to be an intelligent person, you need to be a strong logical thinker. Then you need to use the science of reasoning. You need to use the science of analyzing. You need to find out the relationship. What will happen with this and what will happen with that? What kind of relationship each one have? Now I need to understand that. And then I need to have a systematic approach. Systematic means step-by-step approach. A structured plan to solve or to get into a conclusion. I am teaching this to you to ensure that you also follow this in life, because it's important to become an IITian, to become an IT professional, one who gives solutions to the world. You need to be a strong logical thinker. Now let's look at the characters in more details. Number one, the first skill which a logical thinker will have is analytical skills. He will always break down the problems into smaller problems. That's how you need to do. You cannot achieve like Chanakya Tandram, we call it as in in his book, he has written, when you want to eat a hot plate of food, then you should not put your hand in the center. You should take from the sides. Slowly you need to eat from the sides. Now, very important, part by part you need to approach. If you are going to approach in the middle, and if you are going to approach fully, or take the entire thing in one shot, obviously you will end up into a problem. So you need to analyze. Analytical skills are very, very important, and especially for a data science expert and a computer science expert, analytical skill is the lifeline, without which we are not going to be successful. Number 2, critical thinking. Critical thinking means you got to ask questions. You got to evaluate the information with an objective. You should be objective. There should be you should be very clear on what is the need for this, what is the solution for this, what is the problem of this. You need to ask questions, evaluate that information with a clear-cut objective. You need to question every assumption which is made, every point being raised. You need to ascertain the validity of every argument which is done. Now that's what critical thinking is. Now you cannot just like that take anything and everything and consume. You need to do a critical analysis. You need to question that. Like once our famous Indra Nooyi said, never let the child in you die, which means she says a child grows very fast. The reason for that is the child always asks questions. He will use his critical thinking so well that everything he will start questioning, and that's the door to knowledge. So she says never let the child in you die, which means I should ask questions, and we need to validate the information. Believe me, if you tell a child something, you cannot fool a child so easily. He will start asking that, exploring that, he will try to find out whether it's true or not. So that thinking, everybody, that is how innocence is proven in children. So for a critical thinking, one more very important aspect is you should also be innocent. You should not, you cannot be asking questions having doubts. No, that should not be the objective. Please understand that. You are asked, because so many people ask doubts with questions with doubts. No, not like that. You are trying to ask questions to understand, to create an objective for that particular job. So that should be your attitude, not to ask questions based on doubts. So please understand the difference. And then you need to be reasoning out. Reasoning means you need to explain why you have taken this conclusion. You need to give a reason. Somebody says, no, what is the reason behind you coming to my home? So you need to tell, because you came to my home last Sunday, this Sunday I came to your house. So reasoning, this is what we called as reasoning. So reasonings are of two types, deductive and inductive reasoning. Deductive means probability. Inductive means, you get it through observations. Deductive means probability. For example, a person, everybody who is born should die. Every human should taste death. That is a statement. And with that I can also give a statement, which means Shoaib should also die one day. That's it, a statement, and it is conclusion. Second thing is observability. See, every day morning I go drop my son at school. Now if somebody says tomorrow also Shoaib will drop his son in school. So this is an observation. So somebody is observing me on a daily basis, and he says today he is dropping, so tomorrow also he may drop. So that is called as inductive reasoning. I will talk about it in next slide also again on this. And then problem solving. So you have to identify the problems, generate possible solutions, and select the correct or appropriate one. Need not be always correct, appropriate one. And finally, decision making. Now please understand, an intelligent person, after doing analysis, critical thinking, reasoning, the problem solving approach, finally he should take a decision. Now if you leave without taking a decision, that is also a failure. At the end of the day, you should take the onus. You should decide, and you should conclude that. Anything which is kept open will be food for the worms. So you cannot leave anything open. So once you have done all the hard work, then its final thing is you have to take a decision. Got it, guys? Now this is very important for a strong intellectual person. Please try to adopt this in your life. I have given you light information. Now use this, use your internet, use your parents, use your teachers, ask them, try to elaborate these skills in you and try to make this as the norms of your lifestyle. Now I talked about the reasoning, right? There are two types of reasoning, deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. So hypothesis or a possible thing, find a probable solution, is called as deductive reasoning. As I said, for example, if all humans are mortal, Socrates is also human, Socrates is also mortal. That means he will also die. Every human has to die means Socrates will also die one day. So that's what deductive reasoning is. Conclusion we can take. Because when we give a conclusion, we should have a reason for that. And inductive reasoning is generalization from specific observations. So I observe certain thing. So based on the observation, I say this will happen. So this is fine. You are giving another reason. See, last 10 days that person didn't had breakfast. So as a hotel chef, today 11th day, I better not to make the breakfast because anyhow he will not have. So this is a inductive reason. So if the manager comes and asks you why you didn't cook the breakfast, you have a reason to say this. So this is inductive reasoning. So inductive reasoning is based on observation and deductive reasoning is based on hypothesis or probable reasoning. Got it, guys? Chali. One more slide I have added just to make things more clear. What are the steps a logical thinker will adopt in his life? Number one, he will identify the problem. See, please understand, without knowing the problem, don't jump. So there is a proverb which says, no, without measuring the depth of the river or pond, don't jump. So you need to measure, you need to know the severity and the problem itself. So identify the problem. Number two, gather as much information as possible. If you are addressing a problem, before you start working on that problem, identify that and gather information like relevant data, evidences, information and documents, all those things you collect. And after that, sit and do the analysis, do the homework, do the study, do the complete study homework on the data. Find out the information's correctness and the patterns which you can identify. So likewise, you try to compare things. Pattern means proven solutions for recurring problem context. So there might be a similar problem like lawyers do, right? They will collect all the information and then they will find out so and so case in Bombay 1974 between Loonawala and Poonawala, the same rental agreement where this particular problem was there and the judgment was this. So you can apply that pattern in your case like that. I'm giving an example. So similar patterns you need to identify so that it makes your job easier because already somebody has done it. So you don't need to recreate it. Why to reinvent the wheel? And after that, you should also understand the relationship. What are the things which are involved in movies and all? You could see the hero will have a notice board and there will be pictures and he will attach threads. Have you observed that in many movies? You can see. So that is nothing but a relationship diagram, how one is related to another. So that you need to understand. And then you need to develop a hypothesis. So you need to have possible explanations, solutions based on the analysis. You need to know, like you need to reason it out. You need to have observations, or you need to have a probabilities. Hypothesis has to be created. You need to present your case in such a way that you are convinced first, and then only you need to see. If you understand really this, movies may mean lot of heroes when follow such kind of steps, especially in Sherlock Holmes movies and all. You would have observed these things. So kindly, it's nothing wrong in following good things wherever they are. So kindly follow these steps when you are doing a problem solving with your logical thinking. Getting that? And after you have conducted the hypothesis, now evaluate the hypothesis, assess the validity. So validity means, how do? You go cross check with learned people, try to compare that with the evidence which you have, try to get a logical reasoning for the hypothesis which you have created. So try to conclude that with with a big yes, so that you can present the case or you can get into solving the case. And finally come to a conclusion. Now please go through this PPT, please go through this lecture many a times and make sure that you have understood all the topics here. So once you are through with the conclusion, then implement it and test it out. Fine. Implement and check whether this can be applied or not. So once again, if you ask me, an intelligent person will possess a very good logical thinking, and logical thinking is the fundamental skill for any intelligent person to solve problems. It can be used by academicians, professionals, anybody who wants to take decisions and solve problems. Any individual can use the logical brain, logical thinking to make his or her life better. Now this is just a common thing, guys. It has nothing to do with computational thinking or the IT subject. Why I have spoken this much on this is because all IT professionals are primarily going to work on solution providing. Our job is to provide solutions. We are primarily solution providers. We are not programmers. We are not IT experts. We are solution providers. We provide solutions in some way or one form or the other. So in order to give solution, one has to be wise. And if you are a wise person and being an intelligent person or having the concepts of intelligent persons in you, having the characteristics of an intelligent, logical thinking characteristics in you, make you a better wise person. So that's the reason I have spent so much time on this. So I have taken these things from various books. So kindly go through the topics which I have highlighted and also the subject matter which I have discussed, which will make your life more easier. So first step towards becoming an IT expert or a data science expert or any expert, as a matter of fact, yes, you should be a strong logical thinker. Now next what, sir? If you are a strong logical thinker, the very next thing what you have to do is you should not stop there itself. You should go to the next level. You should start developing your computational thinking. Now what is computational thinking, sir? Now let me put across in a simple way. You have two words called as plan and strategy. A plan is a process by which you successfully do a task. Believe me, strategy is a plan for the plan. That is, you implement a plan. To implement that plan, you will have a plan, right? That is called as strategy. The internal part of a plan is called as a strategy. I'll tell you an example for this. Let's say you are given some few currency notes bundles and I ask you to pick up an amount from that. Like you have 10 rupee bundle, 20 rupee bundle, 50 rupee bundle, 100 rupee, 200 rupee bundle and 500 rupee bundle. I am asking you to pick up 750 rupees. Now believe me, the moment you have got the requirement, your logical brain will instruct you to pick up currency notes. So you go pick up 500 rupee note, one 200 rupee note, 150 rupee note. So that's it. We have finished the job. Now the question is how this action has happened. If you really ask that person, he will say it's my intelligence. I have used my logical thinking and the arithmetic knowledge which I have, by which I have done it. But that's not the full answer. The full answer is I need to dissect the entire strategy which the intelligent person has used in order to complete the task. If I leave that person and if I could speak to the brain of that person, the brain will give me all the details. Actually, the person will give me, provided I ask the questions appropriately. Now look at, if the brain could speak, what answer the brain will give. The brain will say, the moment I got the instruction 750 rupees, I looked at the bundles and I couldn't see a 750 rupee note. So I dropped the idea of picking up 750 rupees note. I picked up the next highest denomination 500 rupee note. Now you may ask, why did you went for the highest denomination? Then the brain will say, because I want to get the job done in the quickest possible time. So it picks up 500 rupee note. That is, it instructs the person to pick up the 500 rupee note. When he picks up, he compares that with 750. Brain compares that with 750. 500 is lesser than 750. So the brain tells the person, no, don't stop. Still we have to continue. Go pick up the next highest denomination. So he picks up the next highest denomination, 200. Again he clubs that, compares it to 750. It is still lesser. He went for the next highest denomination, 100. He clubbed that. He got 800, higher than 750. So the brain asked that to drop it. Then he went for 50 rupees. Then he accumulated. Then compared, it is 750. Then the operation stopped. Now please understand, guys. A person doing the job, fine, without me giving all these details, just showing you the result, is the job of a logical thinker. But a computational thinker will try to dissect the logical thinking which has gone inside the logical thinker in order to complete the task. That is, the task which is being performed in order to complete the task is basically the computational thinking. That's the strategy. And if I could understand that, believe me guys, I have understood how my brain works. Now, correct or not? Imagine this, doing this, and then you explaining this. That means you have dissected the entire job what your brain has asked you to do. Now believe me, if I could understand this, then I can convert that into a document. I can sell this. See, my intelligence I can sell. I can sell, see boss, today I have invented a process by which you can pick up the currency notes in the fastest possible way. So what is that process? Here it is. I can document that. In fact, believe me, this is documented as a process. In Musa ibn al-Khawarizmi's book on algorithm, he writes this as greedy algorithm, an algorithm by which you can complete the task in the least possible time. And this is documented. And if I could convert that into a software, because an algorithm can be converted into a code and that can be a software, I can sell this to a bank and that bank can buy that for a ATM machine. See, ATM machines, what do? You ask them 750 rupees, inside the ATM machine there will be plenty of trays. So ATM machine will pick up 500 rupee note, 200 rupee note, 50 rupee note. The same job your brain did, right? So look at it guys. This type of thinking is what we called as computational thinking. So primarily in computational thinking, we understand the process which went behind the logical thinking. So then I can apply that in various disciplines. Puridama. So it is not, and also believe me, it's not only by the computer scientists. Of course, computer scientists use it extensively, but anybody can use it. So every brain knows everything. If we could dissect that, then you become a computational thinker. So you play cricket, right? Cricket mein, your ball comes to you. You catch that ball. Now just imagine. I mean, what is that your brain has done? Your brain has actually calculated the distance between you and the ball. That means the brain knows algebra. And over and above that, the brain intercepted the path of trajectory where the ball is traveling. That means your brain knows physics. And then it raised the hand in the appropriate angle, which means the brain knows trigonometry. And then the hand got curved and it collected the ball, which means your brain knows physics, your brain knows mathematics, geometry, so many sciences. You may not know, but your brain knows. And if you ask your brain how you calculated the distance between me and the ball, if you could explore the dark area, then you become a computational thinker. See, that counting notes was so easy to determine, but now it's still dark, right? You are not unable to think how the brain calculated the distance between you and the ball. So it is not easy. But if you could do that, just imagine you have learned algebra. If you could understand how to your brain raised the hand in order to catch that ball in a particular angle, that means you have learned trigonometry. See, right now they are still dark in your brain, but if you have learned algebra and trigonometry, probably that would have been explored by now. So we are able to understand what is computational thinking. So logical thinking is you are doing the job with your skill, with the brain being sharp. But computational thinker is one who is going to dissect and find out what your logical brain has done and convert that into a process, document it, and then they can use it, sell it, write a software for that, whatever they want they can do. Getting this, guys? So what does a computational thinker does? So computational thinker basically decompose that particular job which your logical brain has done, and they try to understand the steps involved in it. So we need to document the step-by-step approach which the logical brain took in order to solve the problem, and then they will try to apply which pattern, because brain will not have all unknown patterns. There will be so many times the brain will follow similar patterns to solve problems. So you need to understand which pattern it follows. Like algorithms, if you look at greedy algorithm is there, backtracking algorithm is there, dynamic algorithm is there. So some algorithms will fall under some category. That makes it easy for you to recognize the entire pattern. Patterns are solutions for recurring problem context. So one solution can be used for many problems based on whether they match the pattern. Like for example, in a house, a door for a room will always open from outside. Have you seen that? Inside the room, if you are in, it will open from inside. You need to pull the door. This is how every room is. That means we have applied a pattern, and all the rooms will have the door in the corner of the wall, which means corner door wall pattern. Thereafter, any room you construct, you will always follow the same pattern. So that's why I said proven solution for recurring problem context. If you are creating a door for a hall, for a cinema hall, you will always place the door in the center, because people will use it in the center. So we have identified a pattern there, and if there is a fire mishap, everybody will come to center and run in the center. So we have reasons for that. And moreover, the door will not be opened from inside, it will be opened outside. They will push and run, they will not pull and run. So we have a reason for that. So likewise, we can identify pattern for every job which is being done by the logical brain, and then we can identify those patterns and relate the jobs to the patterns. Then it makes it easy. For example, counting notes comes under greedy algorithm. Similarly, cooking comes under backtracking algorithm. Like that I can find out. Then it makes it easy to create assumptions and document and bring out solutions. Getting that? So pattern recognition is very important. Number 3, abstraction. Computational thinker should always look at from a bird's eye view. That is, they need not go into the complete details. They have to create abstract layers. Many times it's not possible to get into the entire thing. Abstraction is creating a bird's eye view. It is going to make your life easier to understand things and to present things. For example, if I have to say that hotel is vegetarian, I don't need to bring the food and make the guest eat the food. I can just show them the menu. By seeing the menu, the other party will understand it's vegetarian. So what is menu? Menu is an abstract layer. Please understand, computational thinking doesn't mean that you need to dwell completely. You need to find out the pattern, you need to find out the process, then you need to create an abstraction for that, so that it makes sense, it makes it easy for you to understand. If I want to know about a movie, I don't need to watch for 3 hours. I can just look at the trailer of the movie. Trailer of the movie is an abstraction. So we need to apply the rules of abstraction when we are discussing computational thinking. And then we need to design that process which we have understood. Design comes in 2 forms. One is you can design it in simple English, the step-by-step procedure, rules and all, you can put it in simple English. that is a kind of text document, or the same can be implemented in the form of a flow chart, that is a pictorial representation of the computational thinking. So either way you can do. Picture is worth 1000 words. So wherever picture is needed, you can write it as a picture, or just a document is sufficient. Text you can also represent it as that. But you need to define the step. Algorithm is step by step process which is used to solve a problem. So that's what in the currency example I said. So I can identify the steps, and if I document that, that's an algorithmic design. And which pattern it comes under? It comes under greedy algorithm. And what is the abstraction layer? I can say ATM counting. You fully understand what exactly I'm talking about, correct or not? You do understand what I'm talking about. So we need to provide that as an abstraction. Got it? See the people who are using this computational thinking. So obviously computer science is the major area where this computational thinking process used efficiently and effectively. And the other people who are using this computational thing is mathematicians. Of course, mathematics is our base. Computer science is nothing but a science over and above mathematics. So all problems in this real life, whether it is E equal to mc square or algebra or integration or calculus, they are all basically results of computational thinking. Getting that? And algebra is an abstraction for a science specific to certain things. So there also we recognize patterns, right? Integration, calculus, they will have patterns. Observe that, you will understand it very easily. And of course science models, simulations can also make use of computational thinking. Engineering, this all same, right? Mathematics, science, engineering, computer science all belong to the same category. So wherever intelligence, wherever science is involved, computational thinking will play a very active part. And also need not say, even in our real life we can make use of this. Please understand, don't think only the scientists are using this. Even every day in day out life we can still make use of computational thinking and lead a happy life. Got it, guys? Have you understood this? Fine. What are the benefits? Number one, it will help you improve your problem solving ability and your critical thinking, like reasoning out, critical evaluation, that will be well improved, because you question everything, and because you learn so many things, your creativity also improves. So with one you can invent 10, like that. Transferable skills. Since you have understood, I told you, right, once you have understood the counting knowledge, now you can sell this to ATM banks. So you can transfer the skills and make money out of this. Efficiency. You will be very efficient in dealing with your day-to-day life task. So very important two skills, guys. One is your logical thinking, another is your computational thinking. See, this subject is the base for all subjects. So I have tried my best to give you as much knowledge as possible, but I know nothing is sufficient. So use this as the platform to start with. Understand this, because without this knowledge it's very difficult for you to understand the rest of the topics. You should be a basic intelligent person, and you should have understood what is computational thinking. If these two topics are clear, believe me, the rest of the things are going to be a cakewalk for you. So kindly listen to this video 2-3 times, and also go through the topics, search in internet, try to find out the meaning of each and every word, try to understand, try to have a clear-cut idea difference between the logical thinking and computational thinking. Then once you are through with this, go for the next video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the real science called as algorithmic science and data science. So once you are through with that, then only we can start working on the problem statements. So till then, all the very best. Go through this, give your comments, and let me know how much you liked this, and also give me suggestions to improve on this. If needed, I'll make it better and release more and more videos with different versions on the same topic also. Thank you very much, and wait for the next video.